in the bustling heart of New York City's tech district, where skyscrapers pierce the sky like ambitious dreams. Alex Harlan leans against the sleek glass wall of his corner office, his eyes narrowing at the email that just popped up on his screen. It's from Alina Voss, the sharp-tongued consultant his board forced upon him to streamline operations at Harlan Innovations. "Your latest prototype is a relic from the Stone Age," her message reads, laced with that infuriating confidence she wields like a weapon. Alex's fingers hover over the keyboard, itching to fire back, but he pauses, recalling their first clash 6 months ago at the industry summit, her presentation dismantling his company SAI ethics policy in front of 500 investors, her dark hair falling over her shoulder as she smirked, turning his triumph into a public roast. He despises her for it, for seeing through his polished facade, for challenging every decision he makes. Yet here she is, embedded in his world like a thorn he can't extract. Down in the open plan floor below, Alina paces her temporary desk, her heels clicking against the marble like ticking bombs. She's reviewing Alex's quarterly report, her mind racing with critiques, outdated algorithms, risky data practices, all symptoms of a man too arrogant to adapt. She remembers that summit, to his condescending glare when she called out his flaws, the way he cornered her afterward in the lobby, his voice low and venomous. "Stay out of my lane, Voss, or I'll make sure you regret it." Regret. She's built her career on turning threats into opportunities, rising from a scrappy startup analyst to the go-to fixer for failing tech giants. But Alex Harlan, he's the epitome of everything she loathes: privileged, entitled, blind to the human cost of his innovations. As the sun dips low, casting golden hues over the city, Alina drafts her response, her pulse quickening not from fear, but from the electric thrill of the fight. Little does she know, across town in a dimly lit bar where venture capitalists whisper deals, Alex is nursing a scotch, his thoughts drifting unwillingly to her fierce intelligence, the way she commands a room without apology. He shakes it off, slamming the glass down. No, she's the enemy, the disruptor threatening his empire. But fate, that cruel director of lives, has other plans. That very evening, as rain slicks the streets outside, an urgent board call summons them both to a crisis meeting. A massive data breach at Harlan Innovations. Hackers exposing vulnerabilities Alina had warned about weeks ago. Alex arrives first, his suit rumpled, fury etched on his face. Alina bursts in moments later, laptop in hand, her eyes meeting his with a mix of triumph and urgency. "Told you so," she mutters under her breath. But there's no time for barbs. The company teeters on collapse, and the board demands they collaborate on a recovery plan, locking them in a high-stakes partnership that neither wants. Hours stretch into the night, the conference room a battlefield of whiteboards and coffee stains, arguments flying like sparks. "Your security protocols are laughable," Alina snaps, pointing at a floor. Alex leans in close, his breath warm against her ear. "And your solutions are pipe dreams too idealistic for the real world." The tension crackles, unspoken words hanging heavy. Hatred, yes, but beneath it, a reluctant respect budding like forbidden fruit. As dawn breaks, they emerge with a tentative strategy, but the breach reveals deeper secrets: personal data leaked, including Elena's own history of corporate sabotage, survival from her early days, and Alex's hidden vulnerabilities from a failed past venture that nearly broke him. Now, forced to trust each other to salvage what's left, the lines blur. Alina catches Alex in a rare moment of doubt, his guard down as he stares at the city lights, admitting quietly, "I built this from nothing, but maybe I've been holding on too tight." She feels a pang, unexpected empathy for the man she's vowed to dismantle. Meanwhile, Alex watches her work tirelessly, her determination mirroring his own, stirring something dangerous within him, a pool he can't name. Days turn into a whirlwind of late-night sessions, shared meals grabbed from food trucks amid pouring rain, accidental brushes of hands over keyboards that send jolts through them both. Elena's walls cracked first during a heated debate in his office, when Alex's frustration boils over, pinning her against the desk not in anger, but in a charged silence where their breaths mingle. "Why do you fight me so hard?" he growls. "Because you need it," she whispers back, her voice steady but her heart racing. The air thickens with possibility, the enmity shifting into an intoxicating dance. Yet threats loom, rival firms circling like vultures, anonymous tips suggesting internal betrayal, forcing them closer. Alina uncovers clues pointing to Alex's trusted coup, but hesitates, revealing it could shatter him. Alex, sensing her withholding, confronts her in the elevator after hours, the confined space amplifying every word. "What aren't you telling me?" His proximity overwhelms her, scent of jasmine and determination clouding his judgment. She meets his gaze, defiance flickering. Trust has to be earned. Harlan. But as the doors open, a shadowy figure watches from the lobby, hinting at dangers beyond their rivalry. Weeks pass, the partnership yielding results. Stock rebounds. Media buzz hails their dynamic duo publicly. They play the part, smiles for press conferences. But privately, the sparks ignite. One stormy night, stranded in the office during a blackout. Candlelight flickering, Alina opens up about her past, a betrayal by a mentor that fueled her cynicism. Alex listens, really listens. sharing his own scars from a family that valued success over everything. Vulnerability bridges the gap, their hands finding each other in the dark. "I never wanted you here," he confesses, his thumb tracing her palm. "But now, I can't imagine without." The kiss that follows is inevitable, fierce and consuming, hatred transmuting into passion as thunder rolls outside. But dawn brings reality. The breach investigation points to Elena's old firm, casting suspicion on her. Alex's trust wavers, a heated argument erupting. "Did you set this up?" he accuses, pain twisting his features, hurt flashes in her eyes. "After everything, you still see me as the enemy." She storms out, leaving him reeling. Alone, Alex pores over evidence, realizing it's a framed job, someone exploiting their history. In the shadowed corridors of Harlan Innovations headquarters, where fluorescent lights buzz like unspoken secrets, Elena Voss stands frozen at her apartment door, Alex Harlan's arms enveloping her in a grip that's equal parts desperation and revelation. Rain hammers against the windows, mirroring the storm raging inside her out. Desire, and the sharp edge of betrayal accusations still fresh from their fight. "I was wrong," Alex murmurs, his voice rough with regret, pulling back just enough to search her eyes. Those piercing green depths that once cut him down now drawing him in like gravity. She hesitates, her fingers curling into his soaked shirt, feeling the rapid beat of his heart sinking with hers. "Prove it," she challenges, but there's a softness there, a crack in her armor he's the first to glimpse. They step inside, the door clicking shut behind them, sealing out the world as thunder cracks overhead. The apartment, a minimalist haven of exposed brick and tech gadgets, becomes their sanctuary where words give way to touches his hand tracing the line of her jaw, her lips finding his in a kiss that erases the lines of enemy and ally. As clothes shed like old grudges, they collapse onto the couch, bodies entwining in a frenzy of rediscovery, every gasp and whisper building a bridge over the chasm of their past. But even in this bliss, shadows lurk. Elena's phone buzzes on the table, an anonymous text flashing. "He's using you. Check the files." She ignores it, lost in Alex's embrace, but the seed of suspicion plants itself deep. Morning light filters through blinds, casting stripes across their tangled forms. Alex wakes first, watching her sleep, marveling at how this woman, once his nemesis, now feels like home. He slips out quietly, heading to the office to dig into the frame job, his mind racing with Leeds' encrypted emails from a ghost account, traces leading to his coup, Marcus Hale, a man he's trusted for years. Elena stirs, finding a note, "Breakfast run back soon. We fix this together." A smile tugs at her lips, but the text from last night gnaws at her. She boots up her laptop, hacking into the company's secure server not to sabotage but to uncover truth. Files reveal discrepancies, altered logs showing her involvement in the breach, but timestamps don't match. "Clever," she mutters, piecing together a web of deceit. Across town, Alex confronts Marcus in the executive suite, the air thick with tension. "Why?" Alex demands, slamming evidence on the desk, transfers to offshore accounts, communications with rivals. Marcus sneers, leaning back in his leather chair. "You were going soft, Harlan. Voss was the perfect scapegoat to push you out." A scuffle ensues, security bursting in as Alex pins him, fury blazing. But Marcus drops a bomb. "She's not who you think. Ask her about Project Echo." Alex's world tilts Project Echo. Elena's infamous takedown of her former employer, whispers of unethical tactics. Doubt creeps back as he drives to her place, the city blurring past in a haze of betrayal fears. Elena, meanwhile, traces the anonymous texts to a burner linked to Marcus, relief washing over her. She prepares to share her findings, but when Alex arrives, his face stormy, accusations fly again. "What is Project Echo?" he growls, pacing like a caged lion. She stands her ground, explaining calmly. "A whistleblower op, not sabotage, exposing corruption that saved lives. I fight dirty when I have to, but never without cause." The vulnerability in her voice disarms him and he pulls her close. "I keep doubting you. I'm sorry." Their reconciliation ignites anew, this time slower, more intentional. Bodies moving in harmony on the kitchen counter, coffee forgotten as passion reaffirms their bond. Yet the company crisis escalates. Media leaks paint Elena as the villain, stock plummeting. They rally, holding a press conference where Alex defends her publicly, his hand squeezing hers under the table. "Elena Voss is the reason we're surviving this," he declares, two flashing cameras, her heart swelling with something profound. Love perhaps, though neither dares name it yet. Behind the scenes, they plot Marcus's downfall. Late nights in a safe house Alex owns upstate, away from prying eyes. The rustic cabin, surrounded by whispering pines, becomes their escape. Campfires where stories unfold her childhood in a small town, dreaming of tech revolutions. His pressure cooker upbringing in a dynasty of innovators. Laughter mingles with strategy sessions, maps spread on the floor, fingers brushing as they connect dots. One evening, under a starlit sky, Alex takes her hand. "You were the last disruption I needed. Now, you're my anchor." She leans in, their kiss sealing a pact, but a rustle in the woods snaps them alert, a drone hovering, spying. They duck inside, hearts pounding, realizing the threat is bigger, a consortium of rivals pulling strings. Adrenaline surges, turning fear into fuel. Back in the city, they infiltrate a gala hosted by the lead rival, Victor Lang, disguising as investors. Alina in a sleek black gown, Alex in tux. They navigate the opulent ballroom, eavesdropping on whispers of a hostile takeover. Tension builds as Victor approaches, his smile predatory. "Ms. Voss, your reputation precedes you. Care to join a winning team?" She plays coy, flirting intel out while Alex hacks a nearby terminal, downloading proof of collusion, but alarms blare busted. A chase ensues through marble halls, dodging security, leaping into a waiting cab. Breathless, laughing in the back seat, Elena quips, "Not bad for enemies." Alex grins, "We're way past that." At home, they pore over the data, uncovering a plot to weaponize Harlan's AI for corporate espionage. Elena's expertise shines, proposing countermeasures that could turn the tide. As they work, intimacy weaves through a stolen kiss amid code reviews, hands exploring under desks, but Victor strikes back, a cyber attack crippling their systems. In the chaos, Elena risks everything, diving into the digital fray, her fingers flying over keys. Alex watches in awe, realizing she's not just his partner, she's his equal, his world. Success comes at dawn. Systems restored, but exhaustion claims them. Curled together on the office couch, Alex whispers, "I can't lose you." She smiles sleepily. "You won't." Yet a final twist looms, an email from an unknown sender. The real puppet master is closer than you think. Suspense hangs heavy, their bond tested as secrets unravel further. In the opulent penthouse overlooking Central Park, where autumn leaves swirl like forgotten secrets in the October wind, Elena Voss clutches her tablet, the cryptic email glowing on the screen. The real puppet master is closer than you think. Her fingers tremble slightly as she shows it to Alex Harlan, who's pouring coffee with a steadiness that belies the storm brewing in his eyes. "This isn't over," he says, his voice a low rumble, setting the mug down and pulling her into his arms, but tension coils between them like a live wire. They've just thwarted Victor Lang's cyber assault. Their alliance forged in fire now facing an insidious new threat, one that hints at betrayal from within their inner circle. Elena pulls away gently, her mind racing through possibilities. Could it be Alex's sister, the silent board member with her own agendas, or perhaps Elena's estranged ex-partner from Project Echo, resurfacing with grudges? Alex paces the marble floor, his tech empire's future hanging by a thread, but more than that, this woman who's become his everything now stands at the center of the maelstrom. We trace it. Elena decides her resolve stealing as she fires up her encrypted tracer program, fingers dancing over keys, while Alex watches, admiration mingling with fear. He can't lose her, not when she's rewritten his world from adversary to anchor. Hours blur in the dimly lit room, takeout boxes piling up as they dissect IP addresses, bouncing through global servers, from Singapore to Siberia. A breakthrough hits. The email originates from Harlan Innovation's own network, a ghost in the machine. Suspicion turns inward. Alex's loyal assistant, Jenna, who knows every schedule, every secret, or the new intern with suspiciously perfect credentials. Elena's gut twists. She's seen this before in her consulting gigs, where trust fractures like glass under pressure. As night deepens, they venture out into the crisp fall air, heading to an underground hacker cafe in Brooklyn, a hub for digital renegades buzzing with the latest trends in AI. Security breaches, whispers of quantum hacking tools making headlines on forums like Reddit SR/NetSec, where users debate the ethics of zero-day exploits. Disguised in hoodies and caps, they blend into the crowd of coders tapping away. Elena negotiating with a contact named Ghostbite, a shadowy figure who's trending for exposing corporate espionage rings. For a price, Ghostbite mutters through a voice modulator, sliding over a USB drive loaded with logs that point to Jenna's terminal. Back at the penthouse, betrayal stings as they confirm it. Jenna's been feeding info to Victor, lured by promises of stock options in a rival firm. Alex's face hardens, a mix of hurt and rage. She was like family. Elena places a hand on his shoulder, her touch grounding him. Family can break you worst, but we rebuild stronger. The confrontation unfolds the next morning in the office. Jenna cornered in the break room, her denial crumbling under evidence. Tears stream as she confesses. "They threatened my brother debts. You know, Sympathy flickers, but security escorts her out, leaving Alex reeling. Alina steps in, organizing a full audit, her efficiency a bomb as they lock down systems with cutting-edge blockchain protocols. Inspired by current blockchain trends surging in crypto communities like those on X, where threads discuss how NFTs and decentralized ledgers fortify data against insiders, their partnership deepens amid the chaos. Stolen moments in elevators where kisses linger, hands exploring in the thrill of survival. Yet the email's warning echoes the puppet master remains elusive. A tip from Ghostbite leads them to a gala at the Met, where elite tech moguls mingle under crystal chandeliers, autumn-themed decor nodding to the season's viral TikTok trends of cozy fall aesthetics blended with high-stakes drama. Alina in an emerald gown that hugs her curves, Alex in sharp tailoring, they navigate the crowd, ears tuned to gossip. Victor's alliance with a mysterious investor, whispers of a shadow board pulling strings across industries. Tension builds as they spot Victor schmoozing with Alex's sister, Lydia, her laughter too forced, her eyes darting. No, Alex breathes disbelief, hitting like a punch. They tail her to a private lounge, overhearing fragments. The merger must happen. Voss is the wild card. Heart pounding, Alex bursts in. What the hell, Lydia? She spins, composure cracking, revealing her role, orchestrating the breach to force a buyout, believing Alex's vision too risky in today's volatile market, where AI ethics scandals dominate news cycles from sources like Wired and The Verge, analyzing how companies like OpenAI navigate similar pitfalls. I did it for the family legacy, she pleads, but Alex's world shatters his own blood. The ultimate betrayer. Alina stands by him, her presence a fierce shield. Legacy built on lies crumbles, a scuffle ensues, security intervening as Lydia flees into the night. Back home, Alex collapses into Alina's arms, vulnerability pouring out under the weight of familial deceit, their bodies finding solace in each other, passion a refuge as sheets tangle in the moonlight. But dawn brings resolve. They expose Lydia publicly, leaking evidence to trusted journalists, sparking a media frenzy that trends on X with hashtags like #TechBetrayal. Users debating corporate family dynamics drawing from real-world sagas like the Murdoch Empire. Stock stabilizes, rivals retreat, but Victor launches a final gambit, a lawsuit claiming IP theft, dragging them into courtrooms where testimonies fly like daggers. Alina takes the stand, her poise unwavering, dismantling accusations with data from diverse sources, analysts, reports from Bloomberg, ethical guidelines from IEEE, even crowdsourced insights from Stack Overflow threads on AI ownership. Alex watches, pride swelling. She's not just his world, she's his warrior. Victory tastes sweet as the case dismisses, but in the aftermath, exhaustion claims them on a rooftop overlooking the city, where stars pierce the urban haze. You saved me, Alex whispers, pulling her close. We saved each other, she replies, their kiss a promise amid lingering shadows. Yet a new email pings. It's not over. Watch your back. The thrill of uncertainty pulses their love a beacon in the encroaching dark. In the crisp chill of a November morning in New York, where frost etches patterns on skyscraper windows like encrypted warnings, Alex Harlan stares at the latest ominous email on his phone. The words, "It's not over. Watch your back," burning into his retinas as he stands on the rooftop with Alina Voss nestled against him. The city hums below, oblivious to the invisible noose tightening around their lives. But Alex feels it, a phantom presence that's evolved from corporate sabotage to something personal, visceral. Alina senses his tension, her hand slipping into his, fingers interlacing with a firmness that says she's in this fight too. No longer the outsider but the core of his existence. "We end this," she declares, her breath visible in the cold air, pulling him back inside the penthouse where they spread out laptops and notes like battle maps. The email's metadata yields little at first, routed through anonymous relays, but Alina, drawing from her arsenal of tools honed in underground forums trending with discussions on Tor networks and VPN evasions, deploys a custom script to peel back layers, revealing a faint trail to an IP in Eastern Europe, a hotspot for cyber mercenaries as per recent reports from cybersecurity blogs echoing alerts from firms like CrowdStrike. Alex watches her work, mesmerized by her focus, the way her brow furrows in concentration, stirring a protective urge that mingles with desire. He leans in, brushing a kiss along her neck, murmuring, "You're incredible," but she swats him playfully. "Focus." Harlan, we're not out of the woods yet. Their investigation uncovers a name, Dmitry Kozlov, a ghost in the hacking world linked to dark web bounties for disrupting tech titans, his profile pieced from scattered X threads where users debate his exploits in real time, from breaching fintech giants to vanishing without trace. But why them? A deeper dive into Kozlov's history cross-referenced with Elena's old project. Echo Files reveals a connection. Victor's firm once hired him to bury evidence, and now with Victor humiliated in court, this is payback, a vendetta amplified by whispers in encrypted chats about escalating AI wars in the industry. As snow flurries begin to dust the streets, turning the city into a glittering trap, Alex and Alina decide to go on the offensive, booking flights to Prague under aliases, where Kozlov's last known signal pinged. The journey is a whirlwind of whispered plans in first-class cabins, hands clasped under blankets, their intimacy a shield against the unknown, stolen glances leading to hurried embraces in airport lounges, bodies pressing close in the dim light, reaffirming their bond amid the roar of engines. Landing in the cobblestone charm of Old Town, where Christmas markets buzz with early holiday trends of artisanal tech gadgets and VR experiences trending on social media, they check into a discreet hotel posing as tourists while Alina sets up a mobile command center. Nights blend into stakeouts, trailing leads through foggy alleys lined with cafes where locals discuss global news like the latest EU data privacy regs impacting firms like Harlan. Tension mounts during a midnight meet with a local informant, a former Interpol agent moonlighting in the shadows, who slips them Kozlov's hideout address in exchange for an encrypted drive of Harlan's proprietary code, a risky trade but necessary. As they approach the rundown warehouse on the city's outskirts, hearts pounding in sync, Alex whispers, "If things go south, .. Elena cuts him off with a fierce kiss. "We don't, together, remember." They breach the door with a hacked lock, courtesy of Elena's gadgetry inspired by open-source tools from GitHub repos buzzing with IoT security hacks. Inside, screens flicker with surveillance feeds of them, their penthouse. Intimate moments captured invasively. Kozlov emerges from the dark, a wiry man with cold eyes smirking. "You walked right into it, lovebird." A trap springs, armed thugs surround them. But Alex, drawing from self-defense training trending in executive wellness programs, disarms one while Alina deploys a EMP device from her bag, short-circuiting the tech and plunging the room into chaos. Fists fly in the dim emergency lights, Alex tackling Kozlov as Alina fends off another. Her moves precise from years of navigating cutthroat boardrooms turned literal. They subdue the group, zip-tying them as sirens wail in the distance. Anonymous tip called in by Alina earlier. Interrogating Kozlov, they extract confessions. Victor's funding, but a bigger player, lurks a shadowy AI conglomerate, aiming to absorb Harlan innovations through manufactured scandal. Back in New York, snow now blanketing the city in a deceptive peace, they hand evidence to authorities watching from afar as arrests unfold on live news streams. Hashtags like #AI corporate war exploding on X, with users analyzing the fallout from diverse angles, from tech ethicists to conspiracy theorists. Relief washes over them, but in the quiet of their home, doubts linger. Is this truly the end? Alex pulls Lena close on the couch, fire crackling in the hearth, his hands roaming her body with a tenderness born of survival, whispers of forever mingling with moans as they lose themselves in each other, the world outside fading. Yet morning brings a package at the door, unmarked, containing a USB drive labeled "The Truth." Plugging it in cautiously, files unfold proof that Alex's late father, the company founder, had ties to the conglomerate, secrets that could unravel everything. Elena's eyes widen. "This changes nothing about us." But Alex pulls away, conflicted. "It changes everything." Their argument erupts, passions clashing like thunder, but beneath it, love persists, drawing them back into an embrace that's raw and real. As they delve deeper, uncovering a legacy of hidden deals, the thread evolves: anonymous calls, near misses in traffic that scream assassination attempts. They flee to a secluded cabin upstate, snowed in, where isolation breeds intensity. Strategy sessions by day, bodies entwined by night. Exploring every inch in the glow of candlelight, confessions spilling like wine. "You were my nightmare," Alex admits, tracing her skin. "Now you're my dream." Alina smiles. Dreams can turn real, but a knock shatters the idle federal agents, tipped off offering protection in exchange for testimony against the conglomerate. The decision weighs heavy, but together they agree, stepping into the fray once more. Courtrooms beckon again, testimonies under glaring lights, media frenzy peaking with viral clips of their united front. Victory nears as the conglomerate crumbles, executives indicted, but in the final moments, a sniper's glint from a rooftop. Alex shoves Alina down, taking a graze, blood blooming on his shoulder. Chaos ensues, but he's okay, their bond unbreakable. In the hospital, as snow falls outside, Alex proposes on one knee, ring improvised from a keychain. "Marry me, my world forever." Tears in her eyes. She nods, yes. Yet a final email buzzes. "Congratulations." But shadows never die. The suspense lingers, their love a light in the encroaching gloom. In the hushed glow of a hospital room in mid-December New York, where holiday lights twinkle mockingly through the window against a backdrop of swirling snow, Alina Voss grips Alex Harlan's hand tightly. Her engagement ring, a makeshift keychain token now replaced by a stunning emerald-cut diamond he slipped on her finger amid beeps of monitors catching the sterile light as doctors stitch his grazed shoulder. The sniper's attempt, thwarted by quick security, hangs over them like a guillotine. But Alex's eyes lock on hers with unyielding determination. This ends now, Alina. No more running. She nods, her mind already worry with strategies drawn from the latest cybersecurity trends exploding across forums like Krebs on Security and Dark Reading, where experts dissect real-time threats from state-sponsored hackers mirroring their ordeal. AI-driven targeting systems that predict movements based on social media patterns and geolocation data scraped from apps. As Alex is discharged, they slip out a back exit into a waiting armored SUV, courtesy of federal contacts, the city a labyrinth of festive chaos, with Times Square billboards flashing year-end tech reviews from sources like TechCrunch, analyzing how companies like Harlan Innovations navigated 2025's surge in quantum encrypted breaches. Back at the fortified penthouse, now a fortress with upgraded smart locks inspired by viral X threads on home AI security, they dive into the USB drive's revelations. Alex's father's hidden deals with the conglomerate, codenamed Orion Group, involving unethical data mining that fueled early AI prototypes of current scandals like those in EU probes into big tech, as reported by Reuters and The Guardian, where privacy advocates rally against surveillance capitalism. Alina combs through digitized archives, her fingers flying over holographic displays trending in CES previews, uncovering ledgers that tie Orion to global influence ops, manipulating markets with deep fakes that dominate YouTube discussions on misinformation. Alex paces, guilt gnawing at him. If I testify, it exposes everything, our legacy, but also clears the path for us. Alina pulls him close, her lips brushing his. Your legacy is what you build now. With me, their embrace deepens, bodies pressing against the glass overlooking the glittering skyline, passion surging as clothes fall away, the world narrowing to skin on skin, gasps sinking with the pulse of the city below. But an alert chimes motion detected in the lobby. Hearts racing, they arm themselves with concealed tech, Elena's stun device, Alex's drone jammer, both nods to emerging gadget trends in Wyatt's gadget labs. Descending in the elevator, tension thickens, their hands brushing in silent reassurance. The intruder, a courier with another package, this one containing a holographic projector. Activating it reveals a message from Orion's CEO Elias Crow, his avatar flickering to life. Harlan, join us, or perish. Voss's collateral rage boils in Alex as Alina analyzes the signal, tracing it to a yacht off the Hudson, cross-referenced with marine traffic data from apps like Vessel Finder, buzzing with real-time updates on luxury vessels amid holiday cruises. They mobilize, enlisting Ghostbyte's network, now allies after Prague, for a digital assault, flooding Orion's servers with polymorphic malware inspired by 2025's ransomware evolutions discussed in cybersecurity podcasts like Darknet Diaries. Under cover of night, they board a speedboat, slicing through icy waters dotted with party barges, the yacht looming like a predator. Sneaking aboard amid champagne toasts from oblivious guests, they navigate opulent decks, overhearing Elias boasting about acquisitions, mirroring Meta's recent metaverse expansions as per Bloomberg analyzes. Confrontation erupts in the captain's quarters. Elias, flanked by guards, sneers, "You two are a cute story enemies to lovers, straight out of a rom-com but business as war." A melee breaks out, Alex disarming a guard with precision strikes from mixed martial arts regimens trending in fitness apps, while Alina hacks the yacht's controls, locking doors and blaring alarms. Elias lunges, but Alex pins him. It's over, feds have everything. Elias secures the evidence drive from Elias's safe. Her triumph, short-lived as a hidden explosive triggers, the yacht rocking. Water surges in panic ensuing as they drag Elias to a lifeboat, but waves crash, separating them momentarily. Alex dives into the frigid depths, pulling Alina to safety, their lips meeting in saltwater desperation. "I won't lose you." Coast Guard choppers descend, drawn by Alina's distress beacon. Arrests unfolding under flashing lights as media helicopters circle. Live feeds trending on X with hashtag #TechTakedown. Users debating corporate ethics from progressive outlets like Vox to conservative takes on Fox Business. In the aftermath, Orion dissolves, assets seized. Alex's testimony, sealing the deal in packed courtrooms where journalists from diverse sources like Al Jazeera and BBC dissect the implications for global AI governance. Harlan Innovations rebounds, pivoting to ethical AI with Alina as co-CEO. Their wedding plans unfolding amid spring trends, an intimate ceremony in Central Park, cherry blossoms trending on Instagram for 2026 aesthetics, vows exchanged under blooming arches. Alex whispers, "From the last person I wanted, to the only one I need." Alina smiles, "My world forever." Honeymoon in a secluded Maldives villa, bodies entwining under starlit skies, but a final ping on a secure line, an encrypted message, "Shadows reform, be ready." Suspense lingers, their love a fortress against whatever comes next, leaving viewers hooked for potential sequels in this viral tale of rivalry turned romance.